Check. Let's take a look at the DI. So you can see here I've unplugged it. The inside here we have 3 pins which correspond to the 3 holes in an XLR cable. And this is what we'd use if we're going to send the signal from our bass amp to the PA on a live concert or to the desk if we're in the studio. This gives us a nice high fidelity sound. It captures all of the qualities of the amp and gives us a nice high level of input. Again, sending things with low levels, if you set the gain too low, if you've got lots of pedals in the way, creates noise. And we want this to maintain as much of the integrity of the sound as we can. We have 2 buttons here controlling. Now one of them here is for a ground lift. It happens sometimes if you're playing in a venue that has a lot of lighting rigs or has bad wiring, you get a buzz or a hum, and that's what's called a ground loop. Simply press the button in and it gives you what's called a ground lift. This should eliminate the buzz. It can be a lifesaver on some gigs. The next button we have here says pre and post. Now what that means is, we talked earlier about the processing stage where you shape your sound with EQs and with these various other controls. If I press this to pre, basically I get my pure bass sound and it sends to the DI before any of this stuff. So even if I turn my bass or my treble up and down in the amp, the guy on the PA or the guy in the studio just gets the pure bass sound. I can make it sound how I want in the room, but he's always going to get the same sound. On the other side of it, if I let the button out, we get post, and that means I can actually sculpt the sound that goes to the front of house. Depending on the environment you're working in, I've found sometimes that front of house guys on gigs don't really understand the bass sound that I'm going for. So being able to shape the sound with my EQ and then send it to him can really help. Conversely, if I'm going to change my sound a lot in the studio to where it feels comfortable for me in the room, but the producer doesn't maybe like that, having it pre is awesome. It means he gets what he wants, but I get to hear what I want. So this DI is a very high quality signal output and has a nice couple of flexible features there for getting the amp exactly how you want it and exactly how the other people you're working with want it. I'm going to demonstrate how the pre and post settings on the DI box work. So this DI that's built into the amp, I can control whether or not they receive the processing or not. What we'll do to illustrate this is this amp that's miking the cabinet, we're going to turn it off, so all you're going to hear now is pure sound coming out of the DI. I'm going to set the equalization on this quite different from how the pure sound is. So here's the pure sound. And I'm going to put in a really unpleasant sound. I'm going to take the bass away, turn the mids up. Now, because it's currently set at post, the guy in the control room is going to get that sound, so you'll hear that sound on the video. As soon as I press that button, I can change the EQ however I like. Doesn't make a difference. The guy in the control room always gets the pure bass sound. So that's the pre and post button on the DI.